Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show that brings you the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open, so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. Now, it's Friday, November the 16th, typically a slow news day, but because we're also in the middle of earnings seasons, I've got 6 great press releases for you from both sides of the border. 3 of them deal with numbers, 3 of them in the resources space, so we've got a great balance. Let's go with the numbers first. I'm going to start off with Radiant Communications, trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the stock symbol RCN. They're announcing record revenue, profits, and operating cash flow for the third quarter. They're Canada's leading supplier of broadband solutions for business. What I like about this company is they're currently serving over 14,000 business locations in Canada and the United States. So it's obviously a very stable business. We're in the internet space, so we obviously love this space, and if they're providing broadband solutions to this space, we like them. Let's go over some of the numbers. Record quarterly revenue, $5.5 million, up 11%. Year-to-date revenue, $16 million, up by 11.3%. 9 months EBITDA, $1.2 million, a 51% increase. I couldn't find the net income number. The company believes that EBITDA is a more accurate representation. Might have to do with the fact that they have a lot of capital costs and so on and so forth. But we're going to go with that for now, up 51%. Quarterly cash flow, like this number, $775,000. Means great operations, bringing in great cash flow. And on the balance sheet, cash and short-term investments, $3 million. So it looks like they're pretty stable. They're trading right now at $1.15. Next up, going back to the U.S., Universal Guardian trades on the OTC under the stock symbol UGHO. They announced that they delivered 6,400 Cobra stun lights to their Mexican distributor. What is the Cobra stun light? It's a 3-in-1 personal protection device used by international law enforcement agencies and security professionals around the world in order to debilitate one or more assailants. What they use here is high-intensity LED flashlight. That's part 1. Psychologically deterring red laser aiming device, part 2. And it also has the ability to launch a ballistic stream of pepper spray from safe distances of up to 20 feet. So that's a 3-in-1 protection device. Now, you always got to be careful when you talk about distributors in other countries. We've all seen this before. Sometimes what happens is you've got distributors who are actually phantom distributors, so you got to make sure this is real. It looks like this is real because the company is reporting revenues for the 3 and 9 months of $4.4 million for the 3-month period ended September 30th and $13.7 million for the 9 months ended September 30th. So they're obviously reporting these real numbers. Good company. Traded last at 12, it looks like about 13 cents US. Next up, Customer Acquisition Network trades on the OTC under the stock symbol CACN. They're reporting that InterClick, which is their online advertising arm, has catapulted into the US's top 10 ad networks. And again, we're an internet company. We all understand the power of where the web is going. Online advertising is going nowhere but up. Google is obviously leading the way, but there's a lot of room for other ad networks. And it looks like InterClick is doing some pretty remarkable things here. First, fastest growing internet ad network in the U.S., and that's as measured by ComScore. So that's a very reliable statement made by the company. Very, very powerful. InterClick, their network now reaches 98 million unique U.S. visitors per month, almost 54% of the U.S. online population, with impressions per month exceeding 5 billion. Pro forma revenues total $3.5 million in the third quarter. For the 9 months, revenues are $6.4 million. So still on the very, very low side when you look at the size of the online advertising pie, but they're on the way up. They're trading at $5.25. Going back to the resources sector, Geologic Explorations trades on the TSX Venture under the stock symbol GIX. For our viewers out of Germany, they trade on the Frankfurt Exchange under GF6. They announced significant drilling results on their project in Mexico. Holes 116, 18, 19, 116, 118, 119, and 120 continue to confirm and exceed the company's target expectations. There's a whole bunch of drill results here. I'm going to let Dunham Craig, who's the president and CEO of the company, sum it up in his quote. I've taken some excerpts here. Zone 4 drilling is returning some of the higher grade results over lengths on the property and encourages us to believe that we are on our way to identifying a large tonnage deposit. Very, very big numbers here. Drilling suggests that the more we define this mineralization by drilling, the more high-grade intercepts we appear to obtain, and it looks like drilling is supporting a large, robust polymetallic system. The width of the mineralization in Zone 4, which is where the drilling took place, is currently 200 meters, and the zone is open in all directions. The company's trading at $2.56. Take a closer look at the actual assays coming out of Geologix. Hanna Mining, they're confirming significant copper, silver mineralization at their project in Botswana. Full disclosure, Hanna Mining is a client of AGORACOM, but these numbers are definitely newsworthy, so they make it onto the show. These are results so far from the first 3 holes of an ongoing 10,000-meter diamond drilling program. The results confirm the presence of significant copper and silver mineralization on the property. Peter Wilson, the company's president, stated, "Early indications show the silver mineralization at Ganzi may be of a higher grade and more consistent than reported from previous drilling conducted on the property." What he's referring to there is a number of mineralized areas identified in the past were from drilling on the property by Anglo American. The company's trading right now at 59 cents. Finally, Oromin Explorations trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the stock symbol OLE, and for our U.S. gold bugs on the OTC under the stock symbol OLEPF. Again, an AGORACOM client, but the number is big. They close a $13.5 million private placement. Anytime you see private placements over $10 million, you know institutions must be involved, or at least extremely, extremely high net worth individuals, but more than likely institutions. So we got to report on $13.5 million. What they're doing here, it's 5.4 million units at a price of $2.50. They're also reporting that they expect to close another non-brokered private placement of 1.8 million units at $2.50. That's expected to close next week. So you're talking about close to another $5 million. So $18.5 million ballpark, $18 to $18.5 million in a week. That's a good sign that there's a lot of confidence in this company from investors out there. What does the company do? Primarily, they're predominantly engaged in the exploration of its Sabodala gold project located in Senegal, West Africa, where they currently hold a 43.5% interest. The concession covers over 230 square kilometers of highly prospective ground in an emerging gold district of eastern Senegal. Oromin is in the middle of conducting a minimum 450 hole, that's big, 75,000 meter drill program throughout 2007, probably a little bit to 2008, and the resource calculation is scheduled for early 2008. They're trading right now at $2.80. That's a wrap for the day. A great Friday news flow. Join us again on Monday when no doubt we'll probably have even more. In the meantime, over the weekend, if you're looking for more great small cap companies, don't forget about the AGORACOM marketplace. We've got over 75 of them right now listed by industry and exchange, so you can find the ones that are best suited for your portfolio needs. Until then, have a great Friday, have a great weekend. See you on Monday.